What's up, everyone? I'm working on an order right now, and I thought to myself, why not give some tips to people that are probably starting out in the t-shirt business, printing shirts. I'm currently working with the heat press right here. I have the shirts over here. This is my setup. I have the transfers right there. Blanks, sorry. It's kind of confusing pointing the opposite way. So, let me just set this up higher. So I guess we could just get right into it. So we have a back transfer and we have the front. It's basically the same thing on the front and back. So basically what I'll do is, here's the blank. This is a Gildan soft style we're working with. We set it down. Make sure everything's good, right? Once you start doing 2, 3, 4, you kind of get into a flow. But for the sake of the video, we're taking it a little slow right now. I like to use my roller, lint roller. I don't know what you call it, right? Something like that. And for the most part, we're just going to do the side that we're going to be printing on before we actually get into it. Usually when you order shirts, they're always going to come a little humid, a little moist. So you want to take a moment to pre-press and get the moisture out. Do it for about 2-3 seconds. Sometimes you'll see steam lift up, sometimes you won't. So we have the transfer right here. And as you can tell, there's like a little crease right there. I usually like to lightly fold to find the middle line. I won't completely fold because I also don't want to really ruin the print itself. I'll kind of just do it on the top and the bottom right there. I kind of do things probably not the traditional way. Maybe it is the traditional way. I kind of just do my research and just take a little bit of everyone, you know, here and there. So I don't have big hands, but what's worked for me is I'll do 4 fingers, kind of like that. Sometimes I'll squeeze them together, sometimes I'll just keep them a little spaced out, and I'll do that. I like to make sure that the print starts to, you know, pass the pinky a little bit. Usually this center line for the transfer, I want to line it up with the collar, right? Is that the right word? Basically, I want to line it up with this, right? Transfer Express usually brings their own sheet, but I don't really want to use a big sheet for a small print, so I'll just use this little cutout piece of Teflon. I set it down. I have my press set at 305, but the thing is, my heat gun shows that it's about 30 degrees hotter, so it's worked for me. I haven't had any problems. 305, it's probably the equivalent to like 340, which is what Transfer Express recommends for these types of transfers. I'm using Ultracolor Pro. I'll have the pressure set to medium high. I kind of just go based on the notches of the actual press itself. There, right there. I'll have my little like bin where I throw all the transfers down just for a better workflow. So go down, set it for 10 seconds, kind of wait it out. And usually what I'll do, I'll probably fold more transfers as I'm waiting for this, maybe 1 or 2. It's ready. So go up, back, and with these transfers, I kind of just like slowly do this if I don't feel too confident about fully peeling it, because sometimes you run into mishaps. So then I'll press it again, just to make sure the print's really in there, glued in. I don't know, I also like working with Teflon sheets. I feel like it just makes it go in more and kind of adds more texture. And pretty much we have one side done. Right there. And then I'll go ahead and do the back. I'll probably do a time lapse of this. Or, you know what, I'll just talk through it. So same thing, right? We'll do a little bit of rolling out. And then we have this back we're working with. What I'm doing for this specific design, like I said, I use my hands. My hands are kind of my guide for all of this. And you kind of just find what works best for you over time. But even so, I also have the little creases at the top and the bottom. And then I'll probably do like 3 fingers, but like kind of together like that, because I don't want it too close to the collar. Collars and the seams help a lot when you're measuring stuff. And what helps too is, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I have the sheet over, it actually helps me see more accurately if it's like laid out correctly. You can kind of tell if it's like crooked or not. Perfect. So we do that. set it down. Like I said, I like to be efficient with my time, so I'll probably fold another like front chest piece because I already did all backs before starting this because those usually take longer. So what I'll do here, I like to be very careful. And I'll slowly peel like that. Perfect. So then I'll go back, post press, just to make sure everything's in correctly. And perfect, voila. You have a shirt heat pressed front and back. You can wash this and it won't get ruined, at least not for like a good while. There we go. I have about 30 more to do at this point. I just kind of started. I'm gonna sit down over here. All right, so that was the video. Let me just grab something real quick. So heat presses aren't always gonna read accurately, so I highly suggest investing in a heat gun. I used to kind of like ignore that before, just think, oh, you know, the heat press, and it'll just indicate the temperature. But you can never be too safe, like I said. This thing, I actually have to change the battery soon, but it's helped a lot. You always want to take note of all the temperatures that you find works best with everything you do. I literally have everything in a notebook, but at this point, you know, I've been doing it for a while, so I kind of just have everything like memorized. What else? Comment down below if you guys want to see like any other types of videos. This was just a little quick thing that I'm doing. And you know, you get a little behind the scenes of what I do here when I'm not working on the clothing brand. So comment, like, subscribe, and don't forget to check out mangaoutlet.com. I'm not really wearing anything right now. Probably should be, but yeah, follow me on Instagram, and see you guys real soon. Peace.